Hello, Markee Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to another episode of the EVE Online 30-Day Challenge. Today, we're going to talk about planetary interaction, and I understand there's money to be made with it, but I have no clue how to do it. So we're going to talk with IT Palag. Hello, Mr. IT, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Okay. So, planetary interaction. What is that?
It's when you interact with the planets around the stars, and you take resources from them and turn them into goods that people will need. Some of the things are used for player-owned stations and other things. Your first introduction that the game gives you, I think, is in the captain's quarters. It doesn't really do much, just a voiceover and then a pop-up telling you a little bit about it. You will need a day or two to train an industrial to be able to fit the command center and stuff to drop it down on a planet.
Okay. So we're going to end up just talking about what it is. We're not going to be able to show that today. Would that be a fair assessment?
I think you start off with some basic skills. You will need remote sensing. You open up your market.
Oh, well, let's see here.
The three basic skills are like 1.5 hours.
1.5 hours each, or total?
Total, approximately, maybe 2 hours in total.
Okay. Well, we can't do all of that right now, but I mean, I can buy the skill books for it. Let's see here. Well, I don't know. Okay, so
remote sensing is only a 1x skill, so it doesn't take long to train that and at least be able to look at the planets.
Okay. Oh, there's a lot of remote. Okay.
In the 5 Maison region, you can buy it for 250,000.
Yeah, I see it. I'm seeing it here for 250,000. Several jumps. Others, if I buy it at station, it's 329,000. I'll just buy it here at the station. Okay. Now, do I need any other skills other than remote sensing?
Well, I think you already have science level 3, right?
Maybe. Let's look. Let's see here. I'll inject my remote sensing, which I just bought. And inject. Okay.
So get that training. Shouldn't take too long, depending on your attributes. Primary attribute is intelligence, second memory.
While you're at it, you should get the book called Interplanetary Consolidation and Command Center Upgrades and Planetology.
Huh, where did I thought I seem to have lost that.
Just go on, you can go on the market under skills, planet management.
Well, I'm looking for the skill so I can get this one training.
Yeah, it would be under the planetary management.
Oh, you know, I get confused because I have all of them open and that one I didn't. So, okay, so that is 8 minutes. Okay, we'll get that one started. It's going right now. And then what else on the market here? Or wait, we need to make sure I have science.
Well, you already have it as trained, so you wouldn't be able to put it in there if you didn't.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, science level 3, or level 2. I'm at level 2. Okay.
Yeah, so you want interplanetary consolidation.
I'm typing and nothing's happening. Interplanetary consolidation. Oh, more money. Wow. Okay. It's not very much, really. I see these big numbers and I'm going, holy shit, but in the whole scheme of things, it's not very much. So.
And then after that, command center upgrades.
Okay.
The other ones you can put off for later. Planetology just refines the heat map that you see on the planet.
Okay.
But you want to train up, let's see, double check here. Okay, that's it. And you train up the remote sensing, so the higher that you train that, then the farther away you can check planets. You could sit in a station and just do this until you have to actually take something off of a planet.
Really? Okay. Oh, here I am looking for this stuff and I didn't inject it yet. Okay.
There is a program you can download. That's, I think it's a self-contained exe that is called. Let me check here. Okay, I have it on my computer here. It's called Eve Planetary Planner, and you just open that up, and you could enter in different things like the system. It'll show you what the planets are that are in that system, lava, ice, water, and so forth, and it'll tell you what you can do on them. You just enter all in the different, it's EVE Online spreadsheets, and hold on a second. Okay, I'm just opening it up here. I wish I could show it on my computer, but the only way I could do that is start my stream and then you just make screen region my stream. So you can enter in the planets and you find out what thing you want to make. It'll show you in a kind of a tree view what you can use. There's a PDF that you can download as well that shows the tree flowchart for various things. I'm looking at one for broadcast nodes, and it shows you at the bottom the basic things you need from a planet, and it just goes and gets really complicated. There's a thing called Eve PI diagrams. I have version 1.4, and they show a bunch of things for the different resources that turn into one item. I used to make neocons and I found they weren't really selling, so I tried broadcast nodes, and I was able to make some money off of that. But the more you get to the top tier, the more complicated it is to create the thing. And a lot of people have found that it's probably easier to make two characters for planetary interaction. You have like one that either has 3 or 4 planets, and the other one has 3 or 4 planets, and it just makes it easier if you're going to be really doing the complicated stuff.
And why is that? Why would you use 2 accounts? Is that to train it faster? That's because of logistics of acquiring.
Yeah, because you can only have like 6 planets per character.
Really?
And then it gets really difficult, because then you have to handle. There's a maximum CPU usage and so forth that you could use on the planet with your skills, and it's basically based upon the time that you have to train all the way up there in order to do it with one character. So it's easier just to train another character up to like level 4 and then have them work on other planets.
Okay.
You can look at a really very basic guide on when they first put it out. CCP has their very basic tutorial on their channel. It does leave a lot of things out. I think it was Seamus Donahue from Eve University that may have made one. It went in a little more detail. So when you train these up, you would go to your planetary view. You can get it from looking at either the if you go to the star map and you can view planets through the information on the solar system. You can also bring up the map, the star map, and then go to the solar system map for the solar system you're in. And then you can look at the heat map for the resources on that planet.
Mm-hmm. And that's through that other application?
Well, the heat map, once you get remote sensing trained, then you'll be able to see what I'm talking about.
Then you'll be able to see that? Okay. Yeah, well, I've got remote sensing, got 1 minute left. And then I'll have that.
You can go on the market and see what I'm talking about with the command centers.
Okay.
See, go to planetary infrastructure.
Wait. In the market, go to planetary infrastructure? Yeah. How do you... Okay, let's see here. Planetary... Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm in there.
Yeah, those are all the command centers that you get. You put them on the appropriate planet, and you can see how large they are, which is why you need an industrial to take it out.
So I don't. So even if I bought one of these, I don't have a ship that could carry it.
Like I said before, another episode, you can train an Amar industrial up in a matter of a day or so.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a real quick way to haul something large, then you go with Lamar. If you want to get the maximum cargo and don't mind training it longer, you go with the Galente Eidolon. It holds the maximum of all of the industrials.
Mm-hmm.
But but the quickest way is to do the MR industrial.
Yeah.
And then you could just go with something that will carry 1,000 cubic meters. They did put out a ship when this first came out that was supposed to be specifically for holding this stuff, but it turns out it's really an industrial is better to carry it out.
Okay.
So you just grab those, go to the planet that you've researched that would have the resources you want in the density you want, and you plop that down. You pay a fee to do that. You also pay fees to bring it up. If you're in high sec, you can notice the interbus customs offices, and those are controlled by Concord. You can't change the tax rates on them. So people in low sec, when they come across the interbus customs offices, they destroy it, and then they put up their own. You can manufacture your own, as you can see, in Orbital. You can also get these cheaper through the LP store in Faction Warfare. So then the Corp sets the prices on the import and export fees. And my Corp has some in low sec, so it's cheaper doing it that way.
Okay, I have my first skill that I was working on. What was that? Planetary interaction?
The remote sensing?
Or remote sensing, yeah. Let's see, planet management, remote sensing, yeah, I've got level 1. And so now you say that I can go out and sense?
Yeah, you probably only be able to go whatever it says, the description, I just closed it all. Not very far, but you can look in the solar system that you're at and bring up a planet on the map. Go like into the solar system map, and then it'll show you all the planets.
Let's see.
You might want to close all those windows.
Yeah.
And instead of this is the the whole universe map, open up the solar system map.
Solar system map. Okay. Planet. What do I do here?
Well, no, actually, the buttons for solar system map. It's just one way to see solar system. You can also show info on the solar system, and it'll show you all the planets in that solar system, the orbital bodies.
Okay. Yeah, I hit the tab.
And then you can right-click a planet.
Right-click a planet. Okay.
Then show info.
Okay.
Okay, now I gotta open up the screen more so I can see it. Okay, so here you have its stats, and the smaller the planet radius is, the less CPU you'll use when connecting your command center with the extractors. So gas planets have the largest radius. So if you absolutely have to use a gas planet, you want to keep the distance pretty short. And so then you can view the planet in the planet information at the top there, and then you can view it in your, but you're viewing your remote sensing skill. See all the information at the top. View in planet mode.
Okay, I don't know how to do this.
Okay, not available. That's the first time I've actually seen them when I just looked in mine too. Pick a different planet then.
Okay. Not available to the general public.
Yeah, I don't understand that, because HiSec was controlled by Concord. Maybe someone else has more information on that. Maybe it doesn't have a customs office on it.
None of these.
Let me check to see what the distance on the skill was again that you have. Yeah, maybe it's a newbie system. Might need to go to a different one. Let me check again to see what the range on remote sensing was.
Let me fit up a ship here.
Okay, so a level 1 allows scans within 1 light year. I don't know if you can even go 1 solar system over with that skill. You could try.
I just have to fly over, right?
Yeah, you could, but you might want to see if you can do it without leaving. Just bring up your map again and look at a solar system that is 1 jump away from you.
Okay. Okay, so how do I bring up the system that's next to me?
Bring up the star map on the star map button.
Button. Okay.
See across the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then just zoom in and find something that's just 1 jump away from you and see if you can scan one of those just sitting there.
And how? Let's see here. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. I'm apparently viewing the planet now.
There you go. And then you can see over on the left, you can see the what you have, but you don't have anything on it. This is a gas planet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wish I was on my planetary interaction character. Click the scan button.
Okay.
And then you can click each one of those to see the heat map, and then the little slider color bar will go, from thin to thick density.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to slide the color bar if you want to see anything. And you can set the minimum and maximum. Most people just tug the right side, and you can go up and down, see the heat map. Usually you'll find the gases in the bands like that in the north and south. And so if you have an item that needs to get the basic item there, gas, you just stick your command center in a good spot, and you're going to put your extractors around it at a very close range around it. You want to be able to not extend your CPU, because then you have you're running out of extractors that you can put down. This is one of the disadvantages of a gas planet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so I'm assuming that when you're placing these things down, you actually pick a position on the planet when you place one down?
Yeah, sometimes you can put like the command, so you can put the command center anywhere, and then you can route an extractor across. One thing that I learned from Seamus on his video is it's really good that you can extend it out, and you'll see a line going around, and you can see there'll be a little number there, and it'll tell you what the cost will be in the CPU, and you can wrap it around the planet, and it'll automatically go to the shortest route. So if there's absolutely something that you have to get, you can put maybe a couple of tractors, like you have the hot spot in the center there, and then you can run an extractor way over to the top right there if you needed to, but that's going to cost a lot of CPU going out there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now let me ask, so you're extracting resources from the planet, and then you just take them to market and sell them. So is this very much like mining?
Well, you're not going to get much from the basic resources, because the market's flooded with that. You want to be able to at least make the maybe tier 2, tier 3 products. And of course, like I said, the higher you go, the more complicated the process becomes, but then you also can make more money from the more finished products.
Mm-hmm. So you're not just selling the raw resources, you're selling actual finished products.
Yeah, like there's a whole bunch of things. Integrity response drones, broadcast nodes. I'm looking at the list here. Recursive computing module. So let me look at the recursive computing module. The raw materials: noble gas, plankton colonies, microorganisms, aqueous liquids, base metals, suspended plasma. And those go up into other trees. So you take like noble gas, colonies, organisms, and turn those into oxygen, biomass, bacteria, and then that goes down into super tensile plastic schematics. That's an advanced industry facility, and then you refine it down to the synthetic synapses, and then that goes over to combine with the other things that you're making something more refined, and eventually after all that you'll come down to the recursive computing module. It's really good to have these guides, because there's no way you can remember all this.
Right.
You can go through all the trees in the info in the show info in the game, but that's just too much.
Seems like there's a lot. God, it's just one more thing in here for earning a living, and so are you all the way at the top of the skill of this, or do you still have more to learn in this area?
If I remember right, I have at least level 4 in all the skills. What you would want to do is first just basically learn how to get the raw materials out, and then you look at the guide and say, well, I want to make let's see, close this one here. What did I first do here? I think, like I said, I was doing See the broadcast nodes. Like if you can only do one. You can try doing just one branch of that. So you would get noble metals, carbon compounds, and reactive gas. That's really simple to get, and then you see that okay. Well, then you get the turn those into precious metals, biofuels, and oxidizing compound, and then so now you're up to the tier 1. You look at the raw materials, basically just like tier 0, and then from there all this is happening on the planet. You have the command center that supplies the power grid, the CPU, and then you have the extractors that pull the raw materials from those spots, and then you route those into, the best way to do this is route it into a launch pad, because your launch pad rocket holds more than it's cheaper than routing it to like a warehouse, and then you route those raw materials from the launch pad to the refineries, and those get turned into the next product.
Do you see my eyes glazing over?
Yeah, it's hard to do when you are just explaining it by voice. If you watch that video by Seamus, he's very clear, and I wish they actually had an in-game tutorial on it rather than the pop-up you get from clicking in the CQ. But it's really the only way to do it is watch. Since a lot of people like you are visual, watch Seamus Donahue's video on his YouTube channel, and also EVE University. They have a good guide there as well.
Yeah.
It's once you train this up, then if you want to do another segment on this, I can show you, I can direct you as you're flying out with your Amar Industrial.
Okay, so I'm going to have to, so I'm training the other skills right now, but I'm going to need one more skill to do Amar Industrial, right?
Yeah. Let's see here.
Oops. Not fitting. Market.
Shouldn't he go for Minmatar Industrial because he's already trained in Minmatar?
He has to train at the Industrial. It's actually faster to do the Amar.
Well, let me see. I want to see what the difference is between the two. So Minmatar Industrial here, 4X training. It says I have all the skills to be able to train this. Just says 4X. It won't tell me. Doesn't tell me.
You can just train that one, Minmatar.
I'll take a look here and see how long it's going to take to get it up.
What you want to do is go to wiki.eveuniversity.org / and in between each of these words is an underscore, creating an alt hauler. And they explain why the Amar is better, because it has the largest cargo hold for the earliest training levels. It is not the it doesn't have the largest ship hold for the final level. That's what the Eidolon Mark V is for.
Yeah, but that's when you start clean. Markee already has some skill trained, so...
I'm just looking here. I'll see how long it's going to take me to do this one. Let's see. Maybe under ships.
This is basically if you want to do an alt hauler, not if you want to have it on your own character. Because if you start an Amar character, they'll have the racial frigates trained to level 2, which shortens the time and the ISK to train this.
This one's 33 minutes. Is that good?
Okay, well let me see. I'm looking at a different webpage here. If you're going for the Minmatar Industrial, you can go ahead and do that. Just get to like level 1, I guess it is. I'm guessing it has at least 1,000 cubic meters on level 1.
Okay. Okay, so I think what this will be into being is this will be planetary interaction part 1, and then so we'll do a part 2 once I have everything trained up and got a ship, and I can buy something, place it down, we can test it out, see what I can extract, see how much money I've lost in getting set up. So.
Yeah, it'll be easier once you can actually get your hands on it.
I think so. I think that'll definitely make it easier. So.
This is another one of those things, like if you were in EVE University constantly getting board decked, you could train this up, never leave the station, make some money, or like station trading. I have a character I made, it's like no less than 4, level 4, some 5 in trading skills, so he never has to leave a station.
Interesting. And so, without having to leave the station, you never have to go and get the items, get the product?
No. You do have, once you have your product that you want, you do have to go and export it from the planet, and then pick it up from the customs station.
From the customs station. Okay, so that's what the customs, part of what the customs stations are for. So they're not just for, no, customs are not for exploration as well. They're just for this.
They're for importing and exporting.
Okay. Chat room is suggesting that I do my spreadsheet first. It's a joke.
They're basically big hangars in space that you can put your stuff into, and then you do your thing on the planetary interaction to send it down, and then do the opposite way, and each way is going to cost you a fee. I think like it depends on how much you're doing.
Okay. Well, we'll try it, and so I got, I don't know, hour and 45 minutes or so of this, and training right now. I don't think probably won't get to that today. So okay.
It's another reason to train the blockade runners and stuff, or the cloaked industrials, because then you can just go into low sec, get the better planets, and go up to a customs office that will allow you to go there and do your thing there.
Okay.
Because you're paying a lot of taxes and high sec with the Interbus customs offices, Concord Run.
Okay, well, I guess first is just, once I get all this trained up and I can get a ship and the, what are they called, the resource node? The thing I place on the planet?
The command center.
Command center.
You find a planet, put that appropriate command center down, and then from there you put out your extractors.
Okay.
That's something you could do real quick, just to get the raw stuff in, get a feel for it.
Yeah. So, well, after I get trained up, maybe in another few days. So.
And the chat is correct. The primate is useless. That's the ship I was talking about. They gave you in the beginning for planetary interaction, and it's just not quite enough.
But so it won't even hold the product that you're going to take out, the command center?
It's just that it turns out industrials are just much better for doing it.
Okay.
I just parked mine in the station and forgot about it.
Okay. Well. Okie dokie.
It's always good just to train up an industrial in any way so you can haul your goods around.
Yeah, well, except for if you're under war decked, I'll never be able to.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't assume that I'll be forever war decked. I'm going to be forever you know, high bounty, which is going to get people attacking me.
That's what an alt hauler is for.
Yes. So I can see that. So, okay, well, those are training up. And so, oh, and how do I, now that I'm in this mode of the planet, let's see, do I just hit this little exit planet mode? Okay, there we go. So, okay, well, let's see here.
You can set the times on that, and you just like maybe put it for 3 days, 7 days, and just forget about it and check back on it later.
Oh, really? So you get to set them up for a period of time?
Yeah, the shorter the time, it's a trade-off. You either go with a short time of extraction, and the extraction speed is, shall I say, more or faster. If you put it for a longer time, it doesn't fill up as fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of I don't have the right words, but it's kind of like a trade-off.
So if you wanna sit there and forget about it for a while, it's gonna extract slower than if you micromanage it and have it for a shorter duration.
Yeah, you'll get more faster in a shorter period of time, but then you're gonna have to keep checking back on it. What if you're busy or whatever?
Mm-hmm. Kind of like skill training.
Kinda.
So skill training, keeps at the same pace, but if you forget and it lapses, well, then you're at zero pace.
Yeah, you're not making any money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well.
Because you also have to remember how much are you pulling in cubic meters, and then how much can your storage hold. You don't want, if it overflows, you've lost that amount that you've extracted.
Okay, that makes sense. And is the where's this product go? Does it go into your hold of your industrial ship?
On the planet, it's taking from the extractors, and then you route it to the launch pad, which is the best way to do it.
Okay, I see. That other stuff you were talking about.
Yeah, and then sometimes you can still use a warehouse for other routes, and we'll go through the routage stuff later.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okie dokie. Well, you know what? I had a list of, must be 20 items here, and we've gone through all of them today. That's crazy. I never thought we would be that efficient. So,
I sure didn't feel like it.
Yeah, well, we talked about a lot. So some of them were very short, like 2 minutes. Okay, well, so I all of a sudden find myself at not having a game plan for the rest of the day.
Well, there's always a lot more to talk about in this game.
Yeah. Okay, well,
do you want to go over what you're looking right at on the screen you probably haven't even looked at yet?
what's on my screen right here that I haven't looked at yet?
Yeah, you haven't gone through a lot of the buttons or know what they do.
Right. Like, what is chat? That's a joke.
Well, you're sitting in the station here. You got the LP store, with the guy in the uniform.
LP store. Okay, so yeah, you did mention buying with LP that it's cheaper.
No, when you're doing missions and for the say if you're in SOE there. If I'm in Federation Navy and I'm looking at my screen, and you can click Show Affordable Only or Show All, and when you do a mission, you'll get LP points,
Mm-hmm.
and you build those up, and you can either spend LP points and or ISK, and to get like implants, blueprint copies, ships, and some people will use them for themselves, or they'll figure out the best ISK per LP ratio, and then get that item and then sell it on the market for ISK.
Right.
And with the faction warfare, there are things on the faction warfare stations that you can only get if you're in faction warfare with that LP. Like Navy, like I was talking about earlier, the faction Navy stabbers, Dominics, and so forth. And you just turn those around for ISK after you get the LP.
And so now I've been doing the Sisters of Eve arc missions, and but you do missions to get these LP points?
Yeah, and of course the level 4s will give you the most.
You have to start. You don't start getting LP points till level 4, or?
No, I'm just saying level 4s give you the most points.
Okay. So why have I've done probably at least 24 missions. Why have I not gotten any LP points?
You can see your LP points. It's in your. It's a journal, and then under the loyalty point tab.
Let's see.
But if you're only doing for sisters, someone's saying you don't get LP for them. But you can't. I think that's wrong, because that's where you buy the sisters probes from. You have to be able to get some kind of faction with them.
Okay,
That's
so
right. So you do get
can
LP,
get-
because I'm looking at mine right now. I got 2,746 LP from Sisters of Eve.
where do I go again to see this balance of LP?
In your journal, loyalty points. Well, that's right. You've been doing the ARC missions. You don't. We're talking about regular missions.
Oh. Okay. And so I don't get any for this, but I don't see that. I don't see the other thing that you're talking about here in my journal.
Your thing is so small. Let me open up the window again. Okay, go to agents. Yours is looking different than mine.
Okay, loyalty points. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do have some loyalty points. I have about 3,000 of them. Federation Navy and then Federal Intelligence Office.
You probably got those from when you were in those missions with those guys in the level 4.
Okay, that could very well be. Okay, so it's another currency. This is my my loyalty rewards on my credit card. This is the credit card shop to redeem them. So
Yeah, use it for yourself or sell.
yeah.
Okay, but so you're familiar with the insurance button, I know. The next one over is the militia office, if you want to join the militia.
Now, why would I want to join a militia?
The militia is the faction warfare.
Okay. And
You,
faction warfare means that, well, see, I've been flying Minotaur ships, but I'm actually something else. Galente, and
well, this is completely different.
this is okay.
This is PvP.
Okay, so who has the other factions?
Well, you can join anyone as long as you have the standings. To get the fastest way to get standings for a new player is to do the advanced tutorial mission.
Well, that's beyond my question, though. What I don't understand what faction warfare is before I even know if I want to join.
It's PvP between the different factions. Like Galente and Minmatar are allies. Caldari and Amar are allies.
Okay.
So if you join the Galente militia, you will be like me as we were going through to the Eve Gate. Going through Amar space, the faction Navy will say, hey, we don't like you. You're going to get destroyed. You see that pop up on the screen, and everyone sees it. And so that they can web you, and in the higher security status, so security solar systems, they can point you. And they're pretty bad when you're getting into 1.0. Luckily, we were only going through 0.5 and 0.6. So if you join Minmatar, you'll be safe in Minmatar and Galente space from the NPCs. You're basically think of yourself as being in the Corp war deck with the other two factions, people that are in those other faction warfare factions.
Okay, so now, so basically, if I want more war, then I would join a faction.
Yes.
So when you say that, you know, being safe in certain areas, it certainly won't protect me from the other war decks that I've got, will it?
You cannot be, if you want to be in faction warfare, you have to be in a corporation that is in faction warfare, or you leave your corporation, join the NPC faction warfare. You have to do those, and to the Twitch chat, I didn't say that it was safe. I said from the NPCs, you'll be safe from the NPCs. It's a difference.
And why?
You're always in war with players.
What is my reward for joining this? Because why would I want to give up access to certain areas and be at war? So what's the payoff?
Well, like most people do, is they absolutely need to go to Jita if you're in Minmatar or Galente faction. You can just create an alt to go to Jita, and you get the money from doing the LP flipping, and I hardly ever go over those places anyway.
Well, no. So my question is, if I'm in a faction and I'm participating, what do I get? Why would I want to do
PvP.
it? Okay, so I get to fight other players.
Yeah, and
You can shoot plants.
I don't know. Someone was talking there.
You can shoot plants in faction warfare.
Shoot plants.
Planets.
Oh, planets. Okay.
Yeah, well, for now, Dust 514 is only in low sec, and it is in faction warfare systems, and there is that interaction, like the ground pounders success affects the system that you're in, and you can get it affects the station if you have the number of production slots you have available. There's bonuses to like taxes or something, things like that. Some people don't even use the low sec so that much for stations, so it doesn't affect them. But I do know that CCP has said that they want to expand it beyond where it is now. So just regular low sec systems, maybe high sec systems in the future. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's why I'm feeling like I don't understand what the risk versus reward is. I see a whole lot of risk, and I'm just not seeing the reward. I mean, it's one of those things like, why would somebody do this?
It's not that much of a risk because different from a regular high sec war deck, where they can roam around freely, you do have the Navy to harass them if you are living in a higher sec system, because the Navy is faster to respond, they're more deadly. But if you're like in a 0.5 system, they act kind of slow and they may only web, so you are a little bit more vulnerable. So it's not the same. There's less risk because most of it happens in low sec.
Okay.
So you can still go to your high sec mission hub that's in like 0.9 or 8 or whatever, and be relatively free from getting ganked.
Maybe that's something that in the future. Now, if I join faction warfare in the future, and I can join it for a little while and try it out, and then exit back out.
Yep, you just go to that faction warfare button there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And there's a whole bunch of information on there. There's statistics you can see, and rules of engagement tells you all about it. You can go to the agents for factional warfare. They'll give you a mission, and you go to these NPC complexes, plexes for short, and you do the mission. You turn it in. They'll give you the LP, and you also get LP for destroying players as well in the faction.
Okay. Okay, well maybe that's something I'll try in the future. If I can exit back out of it after trying it and fooling around with it, then it might be a good exercise to join and try some of it.
Well, like I said, like I said before, and someone else pointed out, it is good for money because there's certain things that you can flip around really easy. Just get in a frigate, go into the frigate / destroyer only plexes, spin around the button that's there for 20 minutes, and then go to the next one for 20 minutes, and pretty soon you have maybe 20-30 million in your pocket because you just flipped over a Navy stabber.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
See, as opposed to me on my other alt watching you for a few hours and getting 4 million just for Veltspar.
Okay, well I think that ends this episode. And so we'll do a drawing here in just a minute for you guys who are watching the live stream. Everybody who is watching on YouTube, it'll be tomorrow, and there'll be another episode. So you guys on Twitch, hang on. Be right back.